Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron. Today we are taking a look at the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Earthrise Micromaster Patrol, the Astro Squad. The Astro Squad are a pair of Autobot duocons, and similar to the other duocons we got in Siege, they form a slightly larger than regular Micromaster weapon. Let's move this up just a bit. Slightly larger than a regular Micromaster alt mode, which I like a lot. I love that we're getting some duocons. I hope we get more. We'll have to see, because it does seem like Earthrise is a shortened little line. But in this case, they form into a shuttle, which I think is, for a Micromaster price point, is pretty nicely detailed. I love all the black we get on the wings. I love that the engines are painted in the back. Same thing with the tail fin. We have a nice painted cockpit. I think a shuttle, as an alt mode, gets away with kind of having a base white paint. I love the NASA logo. It just feels a little loose just at the connection point. This panel here does not seem to want to sit flush. I was hoping that, like the previous Micromasters, there is a peg and port to really securely attach things. I was hoping that would be the case here, but the way they transform, I can see where that would have been really hard to do. But other than that, I mean, it's a nice little space shuttle. It reminds me of kind of the teeny tiny space shuttle from, I think it was like the first episode of Power Rangers that came to the States, where Rita Repulsa shrank down a space shuttle, which later on, like, this is just dumb trivia, but I watched the original Sentai series that it was based off of. I guess in the Sentai series, she shrank down a space shuttle with people in it. In Power Rangers, it was supposed to, like, they wrote it off as some sort of robotic drone or something. But yeah, so it's a cute little space shuttle, and we can, to form the Micromasters, we can break it apart really easily. We can come in on the front cone section, flip this panel up in the back, flip out each of these legs, flip the panel, has a double hinge in the back that we can open it up, and then close, after we pull these arms down, close the nose cone back behind it a bit, put the shoulders back up, rotate our hips if they want to rotate. Well, I guess maybe that had to be done first. There we go, rotate, and then pull that panel in. And now we've got, I believe this is Blastmaster, and then the other boy right here, or no, maybe this is Fuser. The other boy, we take the wings up, we come in and fold these legs out, and this is another one of those unfortunate Micromaster hip joints where it does kind of want to pop out, so we got to pop that back in. Come on. I will say I've noticed, exhaust seems to be the exception, but the white plastic they've been using lately in Siege and Earthrise has been a little finicky. There we go. And here is Blastmaster, I assume. So we've got our two Astro Squad members. If I can get them to stand, Blastmaster is super back heavy. I kind of got to put these wings out to try and get into balance, otherwise, like that, that's unfortunate. I will say, out of the duocons, I do like the Battle Squad a lot better. But the Astro Squad has some unique designs. I like Fuser a lot. I like his little guns that he has built into his hands. That's super cute, and I like that it's picked out in paint. He's got, implied feet. He's got legs that bend 90 degrees. He's got 360 in the shoulders, and because of his shoulder joint, you can get a little more emotion out of those. I really like the red they picked out for his chest, and then the abs and face picked out in silver. I think that, along with the red, along with the black and white accents, helps a lot. Blastmaster here, he's all right. His face kind of melds into just a little bit of a mush. It's a little hard to see. The silver the gray they picked out for his shoulders looks nice. His posability is a little tough. I mean, his legs are flexible, his arms work well, but because of how back heavy he is, you gotta kind of make sure you're always leaning him forward a little bit so he can stand. But yeah, for Micromaster little guys, I think they're just fine. Because they are a new mold and they're duocons, I'll say I do kind of recommend these guys. I think it's just a neat little thing to check out compared to the other Micromasters. If you're going to pick up like just one set to see how Micromasters work. And then they do have a weapon mode, just like everyone has a weapon mode. We got to flip those legs 90 degrees. You essentially return it to shuttle mode. So we're going to bring those in, lock in everything else. We get our nose cone, come in on this side, flip the legs in, get those both locked in, Oh, come on up, and there's another hip out. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing about these. It seems like after Hasbro does it once, they figure out the tolerance, but I don't know why every time we get a new Micromaster, like, dedicated mold, we have hip issues. You'd think whatever the ball joint tolerances need to be, they'd have dialed them in with new designs by now. So we're going to flip that head back away by bringing that tail up. There we go. And now that everything's connected, now that everything's folded away, we can reconnect these two pieces like so. And then we're going to leave the fins and everything down because we pull up this peg right on the back here. If my fingernail will let me get it to it, there we go. And then the exhaust ports on the back are the gun blaster ports. So we can bring exhaust back in and give him the old gun. There we go. And this is another one of those, I don't know, flip that up if we want, but it exposes the robot legs. We'll keep that down. This is another one of those, because I think it's designed to be a duocon, it just feels a lot more cohesive as a weapon. I mean, it does very much look like just a space shuttle, but, you know, I think as a big gun for a deluxe-sized Autobot or Decepticon, it looks pretty good. Other than that, that's it for these guys. Again, if you like these looks at the videos and if you want to support what we're doing, we don't do Patreon or anything, but we are fundraising for the Cincinnati Children's Hospital, so we appreciate any donations in that regard. The money goes to sick kids, and we are giving away a bunch of prizes to try and encourage people to donate. So if you check the link in the description below, you'll be able to see what sort of prizes you can win if you decide you would like to donate, and we greatly appreciate it. Have a great day, everyone. See ya!